Nice hat, Phil.
Thank you. I'm not able to get a haircut soon, so like my hair's going crazy.
Okay.
That's what mine says too, but I just have it on backwards, so I'm not.
I can't wait to talk about Cups' favorite anime shows today.
Oh,
I'd be down.
It's one of our hot topics for the day.
That'd be great. I was looking
Favorite
through
anime.
hats. I wanted to get like I didn't want the snapbacks because I feel like they're too wide, too big. So I just got like, what is it called? A baseball cap? I don't know what they're called.
Yeah, baseball cap.
It's a dad hat. Like
Dad hat.
We
awesome.
identify the dad hats. Yeah. It's by the local soccer team. So,
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
and look what I got going.
Nice. That is
Hey
so
guys,
nice.
it's got
nap
beautiful
hair.
hair.
Check out my stream, man. I'm desperate.
Oh,
I
okay.
just bought Stories 1 on my phone today. It's on sale for
Isn't that
$5.
$5 or some shit?
$5.
Yeah. You gonna be streaming that one, or you just gonna be playing on the side?
I don't know. I heard there's like an emulator to go from your phone to the PC, which I might do that.
I heard about that
Or
too.
I might
You
just
can do that.
I might just
And there's
fucking
also
emulate it.
there's a program you can do fucking that you just screenplay whatever device you have onto your computer, and you just
yeah, I think that's kind of what you're talking about. Yeah, I might figure it out. I played it for like a half hour, and I was like, maybe I should play this on stream. Maybe I should.
Bro, I bought it. I played it for like 15-20 minutes. I put it down. About 3 years later, I picked it back up and I finished. I did the whole thing on stream. It was a blast for me, man. People got hyped because they're like, "What is this?"
That's
Like,
awesome.
this is like Pokemon.
It's like perfect timing for it too. I feel like I'd be an idiot to not. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm doing that with like 4 Ultimate right now too. Everyone's getting excited for my reactions to it.
Yeah, I need to go back and watch some of your VODs for that.
My
'cause
VODs?
it's pretty sweet. Yeah. Mhm.
Oh yeah, it's super. I'm loving it. Gore Magala, I'm like freaking out over that monster.
Yeah, he's
too.
awesome, man. He's one of my favorite fights for sure.
Definitely.
And just design and everything. He's gnarly.
He's so good. I'm trying to get his gear right now, like the entire thing.
The gear looks really good. All the weapons, the charge blade is so sick. It's got like a skull on it.
Yeah.
And it's all purple and glowy and everything like that. It's sick.
Yo.
Which one?
Gore
Gore
Magala.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Yeah.
Are you talking about For You?
Yes.
Your For You playthrough?
Yes, I'm so happy with that game. Like I was just, I didn't realize that like Gore Magala was like the flagship of that game, and then like I started playing it, and I was just like, wait a minute. It's
Yeah, a lot of the end game is just like farming Rajang like over and over and over again. So people think that he's like the flagship of that game. But he's not.
That sounds terrible.
You just fight him a lot at the end. It's like
just endless amounts of Rajang.
Rajang's just everywhere. Just granted, give that. There's no flag.
Yeah.
He's there.
He's just there. He exists. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Free2Podcast. My name is SkojSkull. I got here along with us. We got Fayetalis. We got Mother Coconuts filling in for Jitsu today, and we got our special guest today, Cups. He is a Monster Hunter caster on the social media. And yeah, do you want to tell us a little about yourself, man?
Hey everybody, my name's Cups. I play a lot of Monster Hunter on my stream at twitch.tv/Cups. I do occasional YouTube videos, things like that. Been playing a lot of other stuff lately though, when there's content droughts and things like that. But whenever the Monster Hunter content is piping hot, I'm in there,
Hell yeah.
hot and ready like a Little Caesars pizza.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever had Little Caesars.
Yes.
It's good. Little Caesars is good, but you got 5 minutes to eat that puppy. The second it comes out of the oven, you better be eating that thing because it's gonna be real bad real soon.
Oh,
Kind of like my stream.
You got 5 minutes.
Dude, there's a Little
Content falls
Caesars
off
by
quick.
me. There's a Little Caesars by me, but it is always packed. Like there's always so many people there. Every time I drive by, like there's people outside waiting to get in.
Listen, man.
It's-
Like
it
I
is
said, if you spend
so
5
bad.
minutes there, it's gonna be a different person every 5 minutes.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
exactly what it is.
Different
On a
person.
timer.
Cheap as hell, but it'll get the
It
job
just
done.
phase.
If you're drunk.
If you
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, the man's not wrong.
Yep.
Little Caesars.
Definitely.
Pizza.
But thanks for having me, guys. I really appreciate it.
Yeah,
It's
of
nice when
course.
people reach out and want you
sure,
to be a
man.
part of the thing. So I
Heck yeah.
really appreciate what you guys are doing. It's really, really cool. There's a lot of great Monster Hunter content coming out right now, especially for podcasts and things like that. So
Yeah, it's
always great to
awesome.
be involved.
I mean, we like to talk about Monster Hunter, but we also really like to focus on streaming and like
Yeah.
Mental
yeah.
health.
everyday stuff, how it affects our everyday lives, mental health, things like
Mhm.
that. So, you know, we'd be interested in talking to you about a little bit about that today too.
Yeah,
Mhm.
sure.
Be
Yeah,
awesome.
so-
But
and then Juan, thanks for filling in for Brian today. You're like our every time
Our
like
filler
someone
ringer.
can make it, I'm like, Where's Moko? Get Moko.
Like, oh, I'm good. I got it. Listen,
He's the ringer.
I'm the substitute. I got you guys. I'm very happy and honored to be here. Thank you again for thinking of me as Brian. I hope everything's going good, brother. But I got your back, man. No sweat.
Passing the baton, just like Moko, and then Moko's just like, all right, Brian, and it just keeps it going.
Plus, I just like genuinely love talking to you guys, so I'm looking forward to just
Likewise.
shooting
Thank
the
you,
shit
bro.
today.
It's gonna be
Hell yeah.
awesome.
For sure.
I played a lot of indoor soccer, like after I graduated college and things like that, and we would have like your set amount of players that could play in the league. And there was one guy that looked kind of similar to another guy, but didn't actually pay to play or anything like that. So whenever he couldn't play, he would just give him his ID, and then he would play for us like a ringer. And he was he was an actual college player, so we'd go in and score like 15 goals, and we didn't have to do anything. Like
That's amazing.
Got him.
Did they ever find out?
call him, we need man.
Did they ever
It's like
find out? Or
imagine
was it
calling
kind
a
of?
player who was gonna come and be like, "Listen, bro, I need you to take a day off. We're gonna give you $50. Go to spot."
Yeah. I mean, like every time too, we're like, man, what if this guy gets injured? Like he's for playing.
How did it happen?
Yeah, fell down some stairs. I don't know.
Yeah. I was holding a bunch of stuff. I was uncoordinated. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
But what we got?
Dude, Moko.
Oh, sorry.
No, I was just gonna comment on Moko's background. It looks very like
So sick.
Hawaiian.
Yeah, it
Thanks.
is.
What are those tube lights? I've been
Those are
meaning to
actually
ask you.
rice paper lamps, and they have a
Really?
Philips Hue light inside of them. So
Oh.
like, you guys can change those colors all you want, while I have like the green on top and floodlights on the bottom.
It's
So mine back here, I got my Spider-Man. I have my Mountain Dew light, and I have my wolf shower curtain.
Your wolf shower
Shower
curtain?
curtain?
Wait, that's a shower curtain?
Yeah,
Oh,
we-
those towels. That's
I did like an Amazon buy stream with chat, and they bought nothing but wolf stuff. So I have like a wolf hat, I have like a wolf statue, I
Do you
have
have
a
like
wolf
a
shower
tie-dye
curtain.
wolf T-shirt? Like
I have
tie-dye
it's
wolf?
no, you're gonna like this even better. It's a black and white hoodie that's yin yang with two wolves. Black and white, and I was like brutally making fun of it. I was like, this is the stupidest thing, and then Phil was like, hey, that's pretty sick, dude. Like,
Oh, I feel like genuinely liked it. So you don't
Oh my
even. You're
God.
not really into wolves. You just. It's like a meme.
yeah,
Wolves. Okay.
well, it's like my
That's great,
spirit
actually.
animal
You
kind of
even have a
thing.
cat. Like you have a cat tree. Do you
I-
have a cat?
I have two cats, yeah.
Oh, okay. I was gonna. You just
I
have no
thought, like,
cats.
the-
You have
like,
a
the
cat.
honorary cat
I put my
tree.
Doritos in there.
Nah, they just bought-
Doritos in it.
Chat just bought it, and I don't know. I'm stuck with it now.
That's plus. That's actually amazing.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, I want to get a Keurig and a little fridge like you have, Juan. I like legitimately. I'm looking to
Do
like
it.
to do that.
Do
Yeah.
it. It changes your life. This is single K cup Keurig. I even have the Brita water thing here. I don't have to leave.
You know
Don't
why?
have to leave.
Damn.
Because I feel like for those days where I'm like, I think I'm gonna end now. I'm just really tired. Like I could keep going, but I'd have to get up and make a cup of coffee.
Open
Yeah.
up the thing.
Like,
It's
hang
like,
on, guys. Let me just pop a Keurig in.
Mhm.
and
$100 single
for like
Keurig.
2 hours. Yeah.
It will change your life, and it comes in different colors, I believe. So get one that you
Yeah.
enjoy. Get one that you
I'm
enjoy.
just
It's
gonna
not too
get-
bad either. I think it's like 30 K cups for like $5 or something like that at my
Jeez.
grocery store. So
Let's
it's really not
go.
too bad. Yeah.
Let's go.
I got a whole box. I got
Yeah.
a whole box. Okay. I've been using this for like a year
You've got
now.
a problem.
Man,
It's what
right
you've got. You got a problem. All right.
now. Right. He's right.
You're so organized. How are those like sound things that you put in your stream room?
yeah.
Like those sound
So,
patch
do they
things?
work?
Do they help at all? Like, do they even
I
do anything?
use them with the idea of knowing that it's not going to prevent a lot of noise canceling from like the room to room, because I have a living room in front of me and then behind me is the bedroom. It actually helps with the quality of the microphone, though. I noticed, like from the first stream that I had up, that I put all 4 of these panels up, and then the ones on my door,
The echo.
I can tell that there's a lot less tinniness coming through my microphone, and
Yeah.
it's just a smoother, more consistent sound through them. So I actually do appreciate them.
Yeah.
So I do recommend it if anyone gets a chance to do
Yeah.
I
that.
got some.
Do you?
Are they
Do you
gonna?
have them cups?
Yeah.
Yeah, it showed it. It's show and tell.
Show and
Is that
tell.
what How come it's still wrapped up? Did you just get it?
Listen,
No, he
okay,
just puts it in
I'm a
different
little
places
crunched
in
for
his
time.
room.
It's-
Real busy, dude.
I'm a little crunched for time. I've only had these for like 9 months. Okay.
They're behind the shower curtain. If he lifts it up, they're all there. They're literally lined up.
I'll get to it.
He
all right?
doesn't
I'll
take it
get
out of the
to
package. He
Fair
just
enough,
lies it
dude.
around the house.
It's
Just
like
like-
absorbing a little sound down there.
The
You know
next
what I
time
mean?
we
Like
have
sound
him as a
bounces
guest,
all
we'll ask
over.
him
So-
again.
Oh,
And he
my
changed the
goodness.
location every stream. He has it next to him this stream, then the other stream is behind him.
All right, the sound's
fun.
gonna bounce off more that direction. Put the sound like the box of sound panels over there.
Yeah.
Does it help out like outside though? Like if when people like walk around, do
It
they hear less?
shouldn't. No.
I feel like it's a little less, but unless you
Yeah.
literally line the walls with them,
Mm.
Yeah. It's not really how it works. You just like put it the direction that you're speaking so that it bounces less
right?
this way. It shouldn't really affect it that way. It's just going to be better for the microphone pickup. That's really
Gotcha.
about all it is.
Gotcha. I'm like thinking about like my future moving situation because I'm gonna be
Yeah, you sound silky smooth now. I wouldn't really. Yeah, you sound pretty good.
yeah.
But in the future, though.
In the future, I'm gonna sound like shit.
Well, in reality, too, just having stuff in your room actually knocks out the majority of it. A lot of people don't even need stuff because they have so much stuff in it
Mhm.
that it works. But if you were like an emptier room or things like that, it will affect it. Having these will help out, but just naturally having stuff in your room is perfectly fine.
Oh yeah. Nice.
Right.
So you're moving into an apartment. How many like is it going to be like a big building or just like 2 stories or what?
It's not like an apartment. It's kind of like I don't know how to explain it or what it
Is it a
is.
townhouse?
I guess
Duplex?
so. It's kind of like
Oh yeah, townhouse.
next to different places, and it's like a 3-story kind of apart. It's not an
Almost like a
apartment
townhouse condo kind of thing.
kind of thing. It's like there's like a basement and there's 2 floors.
And then there's different
Sounds like
people.
a townhouse.
Yeah, there's different people on each floor.
No, it's like that whole section would be for me and my
Yeah,
other
that's
2
a
roommates.
townhouse then.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
a
I
townhouse.
gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's
Townhouse to a high ranch if
Oh.
it's a house.
yeah. So now
That
we're
sounds really cozy.
yeah. Now we're on a waiting list right now. So I'm waiting to hear like back from them
Right.
when we can move in, which
Man,
is awesome.
Mrs. Cups and I are looking to buy a house out here, and it's like we're
It's
gonna have to
tough.
wait a few. We're gonna have to wait a few years, man, because
Really?
the sellers market is like crazy. Because people
Yeah.
just
What,
been saving their money for COVID, and then everybody's buying
yeah.
every single house that goes up. They're people are paying over like
Yeah,
say
yeah.
250,000. They're buying it for 270, and they're selling it
Yeah,
that day. Like it's
people in
crazy.
New York are doing the same exact thing. Everyone, like, I'm out in New York on Long Island, and like, if you want to buy a house, forget about it. Unless you have 40, 50,
30
60K
extra.
over.
Yeah. Well, yeah. For in New York, I'm sure it's a nightmare. But
Yeah, it's bad.
Jeez.
What state for you, Cups?
what's that?
What state?
I'm in Missouri. I'm Kansas City, Missouri. I'm out in the cornfields, man.
And people still, oh man, shit.
People are still paying 25K over.
Jeez.
I just went through that. I just got a house and I like I got really lucky, but people were just like bidding
Crazy. Like
unbelievable
That's
amount. Like
insane.
I was like, okay, I have no chance. I should just really give up. But
yeah.
I ended up getting a house just because it was like super, super fucking dated and like old and like
Yeah.
nobody wanted it. So I was like, I'm
yeah.
going for that one, and it worked out. But
That's
like,
great.
uh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And we're keeping our eyes open, but we're like, I'm not going to put myself
That's the
under.
luck, man.
Be like
For this,
more or
I know
less
how-
window
how
shopping
fucking
right now.
We're
hard
comfy here. We're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's better to
madness.
just wait for the right time, you know. Don't
Another
rush it.
2 years, another year or two, whenever the bubbles burst a little bit.
Yeah.
It'll be
Yep.
all right.
Definitely. But we got a lot of stuff planned today. We got the like by the time this podcast is out, like everything will be announced. But this is
Okay.
more like it's like we upload every Tuesday,
yeah.
and the daily
Yeah.
developer diary is on Tuesday. So we have the Camellias update
Is that
with
talking to you from the future?
yeah, we're talking about you guys from the future to the present. Wait, but never mind. Anyways, we got the Camellias update with Apex Rathalos, like, and on their tweet they also mentioned a plethora of monsters, which I thought was really interesting. Yeah,
I missed that. I didn't even see that tweet.
it came out today.
Is that all they
Yeah,
said?
today.
Is a plethora of
Yeah,
monsters?
plethora of
Plethora of
monsters.
So Apex, Rathalos, and a plethora of monsters.
And Camellios.
Yeah, Camellias,
Camellias.
Apex
And this is a,
Rathalos.
The two
a
homies?
developer diary tomorrow?
This is gonna be in the developer diary on
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
On
Tuesday
Tuesday.
morning.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. All right. So plethora.
Yeah.
Are they gonna just be like all like Apex monsters? That would
I
suck.
don't.
Like
it makes- I
Oh,
can't
no.
imagine that like being the case. I feel like if they're gonna be just like a bunch of little monsters, like tier 2s, tier 1s, I think, like a few of them,
Probably.
But because I feel like, they're not just going to throw in like Gore Magala and be like,
No.
and others. Like, no, that's not like they need like
No.
their own little announcements and
That would
own
be
little trailers and everything.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm
Yeah,
really
like a huge
curious.
slap in the. I imagine like maybe like a couple like Lagombi type monsters. I don't know though.
I'm assuming maybe one of them might, like, we've been seeing them tease around the game. Zamtrios might be brought in probably.
Zamtrios.
Great
Yeah.
Jagras maybe.
Yeah, actually,
The regular Jaguars. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
it could.
good solid choices.
I mean, they could pull a Cove Terror out on us. I don't know if you guys remember when that happened, but we're like, what the hell? We had no idea this was coming. Where they
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
like
It was just,
they might do
Here
5
it is.
trailers back to back, and
Dude,
you know
it's
what I
just
mean.
boom, 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 like no time
Yeah.
to breathe, just throwing it all at you. And so like, but
Yeah.
wait, there's more. It's like, hold on.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys remember that or not. Remember Cove Terroth were like, oh, this is crazy, like new raid, new like 500 new weapons, and it's out tomorrow. And everyone's
Yeah.
like, oh my god.
yup,
Out tonight.
yup.
And it's
And we're
just
like, whoa. Thanks for the prep, guys.
yeah, jeez.
Get on the phone, like, guys, I'm taking off tomorrow. I got a lot of support stuff to
It's-
do.
it's- I randomly got sick, like, whew, like,
Gosh darn food poisoning bugs, bro, every time.
just don't watch
Stop eating
twitch.tv
those raw
/
clams, man. That raw clam bar, bro.
Dude, whatever it is, I'm excited.
I'm excited too. I think it's probably
For sure.
definitely going to be the teased monsters. I think it's definitely going to be a lot of those. And then I don't know, like if they're going to throw in big monsters in there too, but we'll
What
see.
if it's like TO?
It could be
And
Tio.
Luna.
what other elders are in like every game?
Yeah,
Kieran. It could be
Kieran.
Aroshi Kieran.
Kushala,
Roshi would be. I would really like to. see
Yeah,
that.
because Aroshi Kieran's it's same as Kieran, just Frost.
Molten
just
T-Rex, Tigrex.
Ice Kieran.
Yeah,
I feel like Molten's probably a little bit too strong. That one might come a little bit later. I don't know though.
like
Who
G
knows?
rank maybe.
Yeah.
We're also going to get our hunter rank break that day too, or when the
Are we?
update
I
comes.
hope
Yeah,
it's a true hunter rank break and not one of those situations where it's like, all right, you broke 7 to 8.
I think they already said,
Get
yeah.
to 8.
Yeah, I think they said
Yeah.
that it's not staying.
Yeah,
I think.
whatever we're getting for levels right now, it's not gonna be.
No,
There.
there's
Carrying
no
over.
HRP. No,
Yeah.
HRP. There's no banking right now.
No.
Dude, I'd
Not
be like
banking.
200 right now. Or
Yeah.
I feel
Oh,
like.
wow. I didn't know. that.
170 something hours in, I'd be like up there as well. I actually
I don't
enjoyed
know.
that, actually, like seeing that jump.
That's why I'm kind of taking a break from it. I think a lot of other Monster Hunter casters are as well, because it's just like there's no progression that's happening right now, so everyone's kind of just like playing other games or other releases.
People are getting griefed really bad by charms, man. Yeah.
Yep.
What's going on with the charm table? Like, can someone explain this to me? Is everyone's charm table like? Do you have a set charm?
Yeah, it's called like a seed.
Yeah.
So like
Okay.
whenever you create your character, you get put into a seed, which means that you're kind of like that's your destiny lined out for what kind of charms you're gonna get, and you'll
Oh.
repeat it over and over and over again. So
That's
you'll
what I-
like see yourself getting the same charm in the exact order. And there's people that are actually on the same seed as each other. So I think it's like Sam Grass and Banov, 2 other like speedrunner caster
yes.
kind of
Yeah.
guys. They're on the exact same thing. So they're like, in 20 you're gonna get this one, in 25 you're gonna get this one. They like know exactly what's gonna happen.
Wow.
It's crazy. It's actually wild. Yeah.
So there's like sometimes you just like it just might not be in your destiny to ever get a Wex 2 with a 2 slot.
That was my next question.
Yeah.
So, like, if you are trying to get Wex 2, you could potentially never get it.
just never
Okay.
get it.
What the-
Okay.
Yeah, so they're gonna be fixing
And they're
that.
like, it's a
Really
bug.
know that you're in that table until you got to the part in the game where you can start melding like that, and then you have to count a few charms in. So you're already investing X amount of time into the
Yeah.
game to get to the part to meld to say, oh, I'm in the shitty charm table. I guess I gotta delete.
So
Like
do
yeah.
people
that.
just like
You're
constantly
setting up
re-roll
for it.
now to get? Are you serious?
Well, they said they're gonna fix
Capcom
it.
acknowledged it. They said they're
Yeah.
gonna fix it. We don't know what that means, and that should be coming out with this update.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
It's also gonna be
Okay.
a 0.9 gig update, I think.
mm,
Hmm.
Which the whole game is what, 7?
Yeah, 7 or something like that. That's
So
it's
that's
actually
pretty
huge.
substantial.
Yeah, that's like
Yeah,
just
this
like
game is huge.
monsters and stuff. That's not including maps or anything. So it's like that might be pretty big.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
might be little hot fixes and tweaks to stuff like they did with that recent update where the infinite item crafting stopped. Like they could
Yeah.
have done a few things in the background we may not know of.
Mm.
Maybe like another rampage map or something like that. I don't know.
Mhm. That would be kind of sick. Yeah, because I
What
noticed
other
they do have, I think,
extensions?
2 or 3 different
yeah.
maps.
I hope we get Apex hunts. Like we just hunt the monster itself and then get their gear or whatever their gear is going
In
to
a
be.
way that won't invalidate doing a rampage.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the thing. That's the key here. For if
Because
they're
it's
going to
like,
do that,
yeah,
they got to figure out how to not make people go, well, why would I play Rampage if I could just hunt the Rampage, the Apex monster, and never have to worry about the other stuff?
I guess. I don't know.
That's the only.
I just really want to hunt them.
Everybody.
As do I. But
people want the Apex in the special arena. Like, I mean, people want that kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have to see.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's a key thing, is trying to not invalidate or cheapen the Rampage mechanic in any way. Why the hell would I do Rampage if I could just fight it? Yeah.
Right.
That's true.
Right.
I just thought that they were so cool the way they're introduced. Like that, like I would love to just, especially Apex Mizu and like Apex Rathian, the way they have their different moves and everything, with like the Apex Rathian shooting down the spiky poisons, and then
I could kind of
Mizu with the bubbles.
See if they did like Apex fights in general by themselves. Like you could fight the Apex monster by itself to get the gear for that specific thing, but then you need like an absurd amount of Rampage tickets based on a certain rank to unlock the gear. That might be a tie-in. That could be a solution. We don't know what they're doing, but in my mind, if you are going to release an Apex monster by itself, I would tie it into Rampage materials.
So like,
I would probably do the opposite, honestly, where Rampage is kind of like the repel mission, where you just get like a sneak peek of how the monster behaves,
and then you get the official hunt after,
and then you fight it later on.
After fighting it enough times in the Rampage mode, you like unlock a chance to fight it. So
I would like that.
I like that.
I think
that's actually really smart. I like that. Capcom, what are you doing? You got somebody here.
Pay this guy, man. Come on. I'm excited for it, though. Honestly, I think it's pretty much everybody's genuine opinion of the game right now. Is we just need a little bit more when it comes to the end game kind of stuff.
Yeah,
I don't think there's a lot of belly aching out there right now, but I think a lot of people are like, the game's got really good bones. It's really ready to go, but we need some true end game right now.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And hopefully that fleshes it out in some way.
So. We'll see.
In a good direction.
Yeah.
We got.
Phil's been playing For You.
I have. I've been loving it. It's been a lot of fun.
Did you finish it?
No.
Wait,
no.
No, it's huge.
Yeah, it's
is
really big. I didn't realize, like, some people were just like, yeah, I put like 200 and 300 hours into it and still haven't like dented it really. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I need to go back and watch.
It's a lot of fun.
That game is here to stay.
It's great. Like, there's the way they introduce gore and everything, and the different, like, they have different hubs that you can go to. Like, there's 4 or 5 hubs you can go to. I'm about to go to like in the sky, so I'm about to be in like a blimp of some kind. So that's gonna be sick. And I just love the way they're telling the story of Gore Magala. Like, I love the monster already in GU, and I was just like, this is my favorite monster. And then I realized that 4 Ultimate was like the story behind Gore Magala, and I'm like, yes. So I want to dive deep into that. And
it's good stuff, man.
Yeah.
So
you guys play
So
it?
what do you guys do when there's a lull in Monster Hunter content with your channels? Do you Juan, why don't you start? You tell us what you do. Unless you like don't really ever feel like the need to change anything up.
It's happened to me already, and I actually had a lot of fun post Fayetalis in World, where like I picked up Valheim. I started picking up a bunch of other little one-off games and finishing them up on stream. And I actually just recently got into streaming off of the motorcycle. So I'm trying to learn in the IRL world of things, where like obviously as safely as possible, because that whole idea has blown my mind. But the idea of just being able to virtually interact outside, like, and it doesn't have to be with people, but like I'm outside in the park walking around, just showing people around stuff, and we're all just getting in there. I'm starting to get into that world. My first actual stream on the motorcycle was yesterday, and obviously it had its own set of challenges, like obviously battery life. I died like 3 times. I got a power bank now, like that I already have. I'm just remembering stuff that I have around the house. I'm like, oh yeah. Then like all the quality keeps going up. My biggest challenge right now is getting solid coverage. So like I'm riding on this one road, and I'm like, shit, whenever I'm here, my music always dies because I lose service. And then I look at the stream, and like 0 frames per second, everything's just gone, and a be right back screen comes up.
One bike ride, you're cutting in and out 15 times.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to watch.
I'm like, yo, I gotta figure this out. So I'm learning. There is stuff out there. it's just a matter of getting my hands in there and actually learning to build a whole new infrastructure, which actually excites me. I like that. It's like a problem solving kind of thing for me. And I think that's what turns what a dead zoned Monster Hunter lull turns into problem solving for us. So like, what do we do?
It kind of pushes you out of your comfort zone and like try new things.
Yeah.
But that's cool, dude. I wish you luck with that. Sounds awesome.
Well.
I hope.
Thank you. Yeah. It's a lot of fun for me.
Have fun with it. Like, just do something fun, you know?
Your helmet is sick. I popped in for a little bit, and I was just like, bro,
baby.
like from Bionicles or something like that, dude.
Yeah, it's a very different design.
What about you, Cups?
Yeah.
What do you do?
Oh, I had stopped streaming.
He's like, yo, dude, son.
I just telling you what it is, man. I don't know. I'm kind of notorious for that, where I take a month or 2 or 3 or time. I just take time off. I don't know.
I mean, you kind of went ham with YouTube content and just like really
Twitter,
focusing on, you know, the informative part and like the informative side of everything, like teaching and helping new people or just returning players. So I'm just picturing you like putting a ton of hours like off stream to like make videos and get content out and just like overworking yourself and then streaming it a lot and then like just taking a break and stopping. Am I kind of
that's about exactly what happens.
Cycle.
And I start getting into my own head about it a lot and all that stuff like that. But I mean, I have had plenty of time where I go play Pokemon games and do Nuzlocks and stuff like that.
Fun.
And just do goofy shit. Like, honestly, I kind of just take it as an advantage, like as an opportunity. Like, I know a lot of people that play like Monster Hunter games. Like, you do a really good job about it, Faye, like where you kind of stay in your own wheelhouse, where you play like games that are similar, like Dark Souls, Nier. Like, you play games that are all very similar to Monster Hunter to stay on brand, which I think is really smart. But I'm like, fuck it, dude, I'm gonna play, I'll play whatever the fuck I want on stream. I don't care. Play Hades or something like that.
Yeah.
It's like a, I don't know, it's a good entertainment thing for me right now, and I'm really enjoying myself, and I do pretty well sometimes on stream, which is cool. I always kind of question of how seriously I really want to take this, but you know what I mean. For right now, I'm having a good old time with it.
Absolutely. Good man.
It's great. You also have the little one to take care of too, so I imagine it's a lot to kind of balance.
Yeah, we have a really good schedule kind of worked out. His my in-laws take him Monday, Tuesday, Friday. I have him Wednesday, Thursday, and then Miss Cups has him Saturday, Sunday, and we all kind of visit on Saturday, Sunday, and all that stuff too. So
sounds like
it's really not. Yeah, it's like really consistent. It's not a doesn't really impose on me all that much.
Such a big part, and when you have that, dude, it doesn't feel like a lot. That's great. That is great.
Yeah.
It's
awesome.
always nice when the family like is able to help out. Like I can relate when my brother had a baby. He's like 7 now, but like I always think of him as a baby, my nephew. But like he was in a band and he would go on tour and he would just be gone for just months at a time. So the baby would always be like at my house with my parents, and it's just nice to have that like grandparent like dynamic to kind of
takes a village.
Yeah.
Takes a village.
Yeah.
And they want to do it too. I never really feel like, they're genuinely very excited for it. And we, you know what I mean? Like, we're not just trying to use them. Like, here, take my kid for 3 days or whatever.
Absolutely not.
It's yours now.
We don't overstay our welcome at all.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's awesome, man.
No, that's
Especially,
great.
I mean, the pandemic, I'm sure, just would probably made it a million times harder. Are you all like fully vaccinated? Or?
Yeah, me and my wife, we're both double vaccinated, 2 weeks, everything like that. My in-laws, my brother-in-law, my sister-in-law, they're all double vaccinated, and they've all been quarantined this entire time anyway. But actually, it was pretty exciting. Just this weekend, my parents just left, so my parents just met him Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They were here. They drove out here.
Nice.
So I mean, through the entire pregnancy, we didn't get to see them at the hospital. We didn't get to see them. 6 months old, didn't get to see them. I didn't see any of my sisters, my grandparents, anybody. So it was a real heartbreaker, but
that must have been so hard to deal with. I could not
it was really
imagine.
tough. It was like actually scary. Like, it was so weird at the hospital, because that was like in prime. Whenever my wife was in labor, it was like that was prime COVID time. So there was like nobody there. It was like a ghost town. It was spooky. Like you could hear a pin drop. And there was like
crazy.
It was just like skeleton crew. So like every other light was on in the hallway.
Oh,
it's like
that's a horror scene right there.
Yeah, like kind of dark. Like we're like, this isn't what we wanted, but this is life. You know what I mean?
You see that one light flicker in the background. You're like, no.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was joy back there, son. No.
Yeah, it wasn't like too bad though, just because it was also kind of nice. It was a nice kind of quiet, intimate time with just me and my
Right.
wife. We didn't have a bunch of people coming in and out and annoying us or whatever. You know what I mean? Like we didn't
Yeah.
feel the need to entertain
There
anybody.
actually was a little bit of a perk to it
I
then.
was
Yeah,
gonna say
for
at least
sure.
you're seeing like the silver lining, I
Good.
That's
guess.
good.
Yeah, it was a nice little intimate thing with just me and my wife, which is cool.
Yeah.
Good. I'm
That's
happy
good.
to hear that, dude.
It was crazy during that time too, because it was just like even driving around like late at night or something, and go to different places. No one was parked anywhere. Like
Yeah,
even
scary.
like the roads were like almost
Shut down.
nothing there, and I was just that was scary for me when I experienced that.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But yeah.
And
My dad's a government essential worker, and he's like it's like a 45-minute or hour commute or something like that for him. And he's like, it was so weird. Like he had like a document that said like, I'm a government, I have to go to work kind of thing. You know what I mean? I'm
Oh,
necessary
wow.
Right.
in case he gets pulled over by the police or whatever, because they had
Yep.
it fully shut down where he was. And he was like, I'm driving at like 5 o'clock in the morning, and I don't see a car for 30 minutes. Like it's really
That's
stupid.
crazy.
Can't believe something like this happened in our lifetime.
I know.
So
Yeah,
crazy.
I never thought I would experience this.
You guys see the memes about like, hey, this is only like the 15th once in a lifetime thing that we've gone through in the last 3 years, or
Yeah.
people storming the Senate and all that other stuff.
Oh
you
my
know?
God.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, that was nuts, dude.
Mhm.
It's just
We don't need to go into that. I'm just saying, like, you know,
Oh,
yeah,
no,
no, I
fine.
get that,
Yeah,
but it's just
no.
crazy, like how much is happening
Another
right
tally, like another thing that we'll see once in a lifetime.
now.
I want to see it, man. I want to see like a PowerPoint presentation of everything that's happened in the last like 3-4 years or whatever, and just see. Oh yeah, that was terrible too.
Oh yeah.
Donald Trump.
All
Oh,
these
that's
terrible
terrible.
things that happened.
Yeah.
Jeez. But with everything going on, we love to talk about is like mental health and everything on the podcast, and with streaming and social media and everything. And I just want to know how you kind of handle that and go around that.
For me,
Yes.
in particular. Okay. Well, I don't know. Mental health is a tricky thing. It's different for every single person. It strikes at different times. Sometimes you don't even know that it's going on. Sometimes you don't even know that your mental health is being affected.
Yeah.
But I think it might just be me being kind of old, you know. I'm like a little bit older than everybody else, but I think social media is just a poison, man. Like I try to not go there as often as I can. I follow my 50 people and I like you guys' little stuff, but I don't spend much time on social media. I don't have like a Facebook or anything like that. I post like one thing on Instagram a year.
Yeah.
Let me just chime in real quick with that. That's so true, because like I feel like with social media and like streaming and Twitter, it's just like you're constantly reminded that people are just pumping out content, and I feel like that's why it's so hard to take a day off sometimes. Like I literally just went through this the other day. I wanted to take a day off because I just was feeling exhausted, and I'm like trying to relax. I'm on my phone like checking Twitter, just seeing everyone posting, going live, posting their stuff, and I'm just like, I need to be doing this for my community. Like it's just this like vicious cycle of people are always posting content, and like you always feel that pressure, that just never ending pressure to constantly be doing that. And social media is just such a huge cause of like that anxiety that just will never go away.
It's like a double-edged
Right.
sword with that stuff. It's like you see that and it could be encouraging, but it could also be like, yeah, this not
Pain.
yeah. So it's a lot of stress, but it's also can be viewed as like a really positive thing too, because it might encourage you to create some other content, or it might stress you out to create that content. So it's like it's a double-edged sword with that.
I think
Yeah.
like Cups has like the willpower to just like his little stuff and then just close it, not think about it. And like it's just like we need to get that willpower of just limiting our time, you know, interacting with our community, doing what we need to do, and then just not letting it get in our head.
Yeah, I mean, because it's like it's something that I try to do, like for my channel, is like I try to be like my best version of myself for stream.
Okay.
So I don't like to go on there and just like click around and sit on my ass and like do nothing. You know what I mean? Like I try to be like engaging. I try to be funny. I try to be the person that they're coming to watch. And
Put on a show.
I don't want people to watch me out of pity. I want them to watch me because
Right.
I'm entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what I mean? If I'm like not feeling like myself, and that's why I usually try to show up fresh. And if I'm feeling down on myself and, you know, I'm in a bad spot mentally or something like that, I just take off.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like it's better to, I want to be myself. I want to be Cups whenever I show up. I don't want to be, you know what I mean?
I'm
some
here
second
because I have
shit.
to be here. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because I mean, I'm sure, you know, people want to see me and all that stuff. And some content's better than no content at all. But that's not really how I think about it. If I'm not at my best, I don't think I should really be doing it. You know what I
That's
mean?
interesting. Yeah,
Respect.
it's interesting to hear your take on it for sure.
And like I think a lot of people too. I think the main thing with content creators, I'm not trying to take shots at anybody or anything like this. I think people don't have confidence in a lot of their content. So you know what I
Absolutely.
mean? Like and I'm confident that if I'm at my best and I'm doing my thing, that I think people will watch.
Yeah.
And people will come back. I'll be, whatever. I'm at 250 viewers this month, but I'll take 3 months off. I'll be at 70 for a little bit, but I'll work my way back up.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people don't have that kind of confidence. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And that faith in themselves that they're putting the best stuff out there that they can, which, I can certainly be better. I'm not one to talk, but you just got to be,
Yeah, you got to
yourself.
have that mindset. You got to have that positive, confident fucking mindset. Absolutely. Oh my
Definitely.
God. There's so many days where I'm like, I go back and watch my VOD and I'm just like,
what was I doing?
why did I stream? Like, why? Yeah. And it's because I started out in that exact mindset and I just need to be better about that.
Yeah. I mean, it is pretty bad, though. It's a pretty addicting thing, though, where you're like, ooh, man, I took a week off. That felt pretty good. Maybe I should take 2 weeks off. Maybe I should take 5 weeks off. And then all of a sudden you're like, God, what? I've lost everything. Like now I'm just starting over. This sucks.
Yep.
Content creation in general is almost like an omnipresent thing where a lot of people think about it where you are here and in one 2D dimensional plane, you're trying to get to another spot. And that could be with viewership. That could be with YouTube videos being created. That could be with a plethora of things, since we're using the word plethora. So
Plethora is the word of the day.
Pinatas.
It's actually a little bit more complex than that because you're in the center because it's your content and you're constantly getting bombarded by all the different social medias. I kind of agree with Cups on this where, believe it or not, I'm actually not really much of a social media dude. I had a Facebook that I only maybe posted once a year, once every 2 years, and Instagram that I posted up one picture once every 3-4 years. Once I started content creation, I viewed those platforms as just tools. They're just tools at the end of the day to support what you're doing. And like I said, from an omnidirectional point, you have your Twitter to feed content to your Twitch. You have a YouTube to actually have both ways of engagement to feed content to there and just keep pushing forward. And when it's time to take off because of burnout, you fucking do it, man. Because like Cup said, if you're not at your 100, you don't have that confidence, that fire in yourself. It shows in the work.
And you got to have that mindset too of like, if I'm on right now, this is the first time that somebody's going to see me today. And is this like the person that I want to be when they're watching for the first time? And they're like, this guy's boring. Like he's just sitting on his ass. He's not even doing it.
He's
He's not reading chat.
Watch yourself.
Yeah.
That's it. And it's a very, very important thing. And I think actually for all content creators out there watching right now, learn yourself.
Yeah.
You guys watch other people, you enjoy other people's content. You really need to take a good look at yourself if you want to try to improve. And it doesn't mean be quote unquote successful. It just means be the best version of yourself you can be. It's a lot of self-reflection to get to that point. You can see a lot of people out there who with the biggest smile on their face that they're genuinely having fun and a good time. And as a viewer, there's probably nothing else that I'd rather see than watch a content creator who's like just having a blast. They could be failing and thumping all over the place, but they're laughing their ass off, and it's infectious. It really is infectious. You don't know how much influence you have over people, especially when they're watching you. When you're live, sit back and think about it. The next stream you do, the next piece of content you work on, whether it's a YouTube video, put a little love into it and take a look at yourself. Watch what happens.
Yeah, but like to add on to that, sometimes I like when I'm watching streamers and they're like, a girl, no makeup on, she's just hanging out. She looks kind of tired, but she's just playing a game and she's hanging out with her chat. She's having fun. Like, I feel like that's so relatable. And like, I have so many days like that too. And like, that's why I'm so like encouraged to go live on some days where like I'm not feeling very chatty. I'm not like looking my greatest, but I just want to go live anyway because, this is what I do. And sometimes it's nice to see like that there aren't streamers that are always like, hey, what's up, you guys? Oh my God, this is amazing. Hey, how's it going? And like they're just fucking constantly
I wouldn't
talking.
say, I don't know if I really meant like that. Like I certainly don't think that I'm like in your face. What's up, boys, bro, fist? Like I'm not really doing that shit. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying like alert, attentive, showing up. And I have had times too where I don't want to get on, and those end up being my favorite streams that I've ever done, kind of thing, for sure. And sometimes that's, sometimes your own stream is kind of therapy for yourself, where you're having a rough time, a rough day. And then it brings you back to a healthier mindset of something that you actually like to do. But, it gets into the dick measuring of followers and subscribers and all this other stuff. And that's what starts to poison your mind. And I think a lot of people, I don't know, I'm in the camp too that I don't think social media means anything at all, honestly. Like Twitter, it's cool, but there's people that have 5 million Twitter followers that can't even pull 25 viewers or something like that on streams.
That's fair.
You know what I mean? I don't think that Instagram and Twitter and all that stuff really, I think it's like basically just YouTube and Twitch. If your content shows through there, I think you're going to be okay. You know what I mean?
Because I think, like, if I do use Twitter or Instagram, I think I do pull some viewership there, though. Like, some people will, find my stuff on there and come by and say hi. Like, I know Mother Coconuts has an Instagram.
Clips can be cool.
Yeah, clips are good.
I think Twitter is mainly just good for other creators. Like, if I'm, you know what I mean? Hey,
That's how I view it. Yes.
Like, I don't think I'm trying to pull viewers. I'm trying to make contact
interact with other content creators more on Twitter, and that's what I use it for. And then Instagram is like a different expression or take on the content you enjoy. Like, I'll post up on my Instagram a lot of like the Capcom official renders and things like that, and clips and things that people want to see that may just intrigue them enough to kind of be like, all right, this dude's been posting some good stuff up and he says he streams, let me just check him out. That's how that works. But then, like Cup said, YouTube's is your main focus there, where there's a lot of traffic that directly correlates between YouTube viewership and then into your Twitch streams. And even now, so a little bit of YouTube is starting to change to the fact and point where it might be taking over the space down the line because of all their little updates. They're working behind the scenes hard, guys. Don't sleep on that.
And what else do? TikTok as well. TikTok
is explosic.
That is huge right now.
The Zoomers, baby.
How do we communicate? They said actually earlier to Title when she said the ability to like she said, someone's just chilling out and it's cozy, it's comfy. But you said an important point that kind of matches your energy with Cups. You want it to go on. Even though you're like, you know what? I don't want to go expressive to this point. You're just like, nah, son, I want to go on because I want to. And that's the expression. That's you're setting the tone, and that's what your viewers will see, and that's what they vibe with, and that's why they enjoy watching it, because you have the ability to do that. That's an ability. The ability to, like, you may not realize it, but to perceive that's how you want to come off to people. That's a huge advantage in the game.
I guess I should have put that it's the mindset to be consistent. Is like, you know what I'm saying? Because like if that's the show that you're putting out every time, and that's what people come to expect of you, then you know what I mean. That's the show that you need to put out. It's you know what I mean. Yeah. You can't. I feel like there's a lot of people that are super hype one day and then they're super down the next day and they don't have a cam the next day, and then you know what I mean. Like you got to be consistent, not only in the game that you're playing, but
that changes
the person you're being.
What you return, your return on investment by fluctuating like that. Like I like the way you said that, actually, Cups. Like I feel like that has a little bit to do with the formula. If you're like Cup said, one day you're here, the next day you're here, one day no cam, another day yes. Like if you're too all over the place, you're never gonna really reach out to the core niche viewer that you're looking to attract.
Yeah, think of like somebody like G-Rank Kurapeko. Like it's like, I mean, it's like basically like a sleep stream. Like, but you know, they're consistent and they're always, you know, people know what to expect when they show up to G-Rank stream.
It's very comfy. You know what I mean? Like I love chilling in there whenever I can. It's very comfy to chill in Peko stream. It's just with the lo-fi music.
Know what it's about.
Yeah. Or like Triceps, you know, he's gonna be screaming at you like a maniac when we show up. Like, but people,
I love Triceps. He's chill.
You got to have the willpower and the mindset to be consistent. I think that's really all that matters.
Yeah,
it's a big key.
I feel like I could be very high energy on stream a lot, but then like when I'm in chilling and talking with people, I'm usually like more mellow, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I'd say you're very mellow, but you just have giddy moments. You know what I mean? That's really. I think you fluctuate. Like you're not screaming at people, not very often. I don't think. I think you kind of sit in the same energy range most of the time.
Okay, that's good.
I think everybody's pretty consistent. I think out of all of you, honestly.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, I think you do have like moments where you do like to hype everything up and hype people up, which is fine.
That's good. That's good to hear.
Close.
Alien.
Hmm.
And
Hype dude.
hmm?
I was just saying you're a hype dude.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you just have a good positive energy about you.
Yeah,
And
I think
it's pretty
why
infectious.
people like you a lot is you're very positive.
I was kind of saying this I can't remember who I was talking to the other day, another streamer though, but I was like, yeah, it's like, I don't know, I don't think people really like me all that much. Like, I'm not like a very likable guy, but I might be like kind of entertaining. I don't really know. You know what I mean? Like, I even said SkojSkull. I was like, I'm not like, you know what I mean? I'm not like a super, likable, kind guy like SkojSkull is. You just gotta kind of take, just identify, like, know yourself, like what Coco was saying, like what your strengths are, what people want to see out of you, kind of thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely. And I love your comedy, Cups, because it's just like there was one day I popped into your stream and you were showing off something and you were saying like it's like how Phil is trying to use Charge Blade, and I'm like, okay, man.
Oh yeah. Like, I try my best, but it's kind of ugly, kind of like Skoj using Charge Blade.
I was just like, okay, I see you, bro.
Enjoy and learn. Yeah, like you said, I see you. Like this one time, I was chilling with Cups and we were playing Valheim. He goes, "Oh yeah, Moko, go into this closet. And there's like some really cool stuff in there. You can pick up whatever you want."
Yeah.
I jump in there, and this is this ugly ass troll head sitting in
the decapitated troll head in the room.
He locks me in there, and I was like, "Damn!" Like I'm genuinely starting to get creeped out here. Like it's moments like that.
Yeah, it was a decapitated troll head with like candles around it, and we locked him in there.
And like one bed, like a stool, just staring. It was great. It was great.
That's beautiful.
I love your sense of humor. Like when it's great, and like catches people off guard sometimes too. Whenever you throw out something, and
it works out sometimes.
That's his thing. I've
been told before that I'm like painfully American. Somebody.
What the fuck does that mean?
Well, like, because I always joke about like, well, just like I'm talking about like action movies and the football and all that stuff.
I
have like a
sub
pretty
notifications.
Sub notifications and all that stuff, but like people like don't really understand. Like a lot of people that play Monster Hunter World or Monster Hunter just in general is like a worldwide franchise, right? So there's a lot of people that this is like their second or third or fourth or fifth language, who knows, or they don't even speak this language. They're just watching streamers, and then they come in there and we're talking about eating ass or whatever, and they might not feel like a part of it. You know what I'm saying?
They're just like, but Monster Hunter, Oh shit.
So yeah, they could be a little polarizing for people sometimes, but I'm not shooting for them. I'm shooting for my people.
That's right.
Yeah, buddy.
You see that? You see that though? He knows. That's like he just naturally knows, and that's fucking huge. That's it. I respect it.
I'll just be everyone's hype, man. I'll talk about anime a lot sometimes too. It's like, what manga are you reading now? And they're just like, oh, this. I'm like, yes.
I got him.
Yeah, whenever I start dogging on anime, I realize I might be losing some of the Monster Hunter crowd.
Oh, dude, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember when like you could still do song requests. Well, I guess you could never always do it. It was always like
mine has been nothing but JoJo. It's been nothing but JoJo music.
Every time, like when I was streaming World all the freaking time, I would go and look and see who was streaming, and people would have in their title song requests. And every stream you would click on that had song requests, anime music every single time. And anytime I had it on, some people would just put anime music in at least 60% of the time, at least.
Yeah.
And it was all music that I had no idea it was what it was from.
Until Attack on Titan comes on, they just
good old Monster Hunter. Yeah, well, I mean, I wasn't even watching it at that time, but I mean, like, back in the day there.
So, what's your opinion on
just knowing it?
Yeah,
because of it.
What's your opinion on anime, Cups?
On me?
Yeah.
Oh boy, I don't know. We could do a whole separate podcast on this.
Cups hate on anime. Just
no, I've watched a good amount of anime and things like that. I'm a little bit closet, I guess, where I have watched some anime and I do enjoy them, but I like anime. I just don't like weebs.
Dude, I was playing Nier yesterday or maybe the day before, I don't remember. But someone came in and they were like, they were like, oh, this game looks really cool. I played the other one, the Automata, and I just liked it because of the anime girls. Does this game have anime girls in it?
It's like, whoa, calm down.
Dude.
I was like, this is the thing that gets me, and I'm not, if you guys like anime, I'm not hating on anybody. This is all tongue in cheek, just jokes. I'm talking about whoever's watching the pod as well. But we were talking about NHL hockey. We were talking about professional hockey, and people were like, "Oh, you like this? You should watch Boku no Skate or something." I'm like, we're talking about real life hockey. You don't have to take everything back to anime all the time.
You like drumming? Are you just like?
Yeah.
It doesn't help that there probably is an anime about anything, and
yeah, exactly. That's the thing.
An anime on streamers somewhere out there in the world. Chat,
yeah,
there is.
Phil, was it you? Were you the one who requested Boku no Skate?
There's a hot new man anime out right now.
Oh my god!
I'm gonna pop into Cup stream next time and just be like, "Yo, have you watched that Boku no Skate recently?" And just...
Yeah. Like the song request is on, and there's like jazz, and it's like Muddy Waters or some legendary jazz musician, and they're like, "Oh, this is like Cowboy Bebop, dude." Like, no, it's not.
It's like exclamation point current song, bro.
This is Miles Davis.
I'm gonna get banned the next time I pop into a stream. This is gonna. Anime question mark banned.
That's the stuff that gets under my skin, man, real quick. And then also, like the waifu stuff, I just don't get it, man. I just don't get it. Like, Phil, you posted about they did the Monster Hunter Stories 2 with the new character Kana or whatever.
Oh my god, the comments on that.
And everybody's like, "Oh god, oh she's so hot." Like it's a cartoon. You just draw with your hands.
Calm down.
Jeez, it hurts my soul.
Like I don't. And they're like the 12-year-olds that are actually like 500-year-old witches or something like that. So it's okay that we sexualize them. And I ain't about that shit, man. I have no patience for that stuff.
Oh my gosh.
So it's better to just ban it all. You know what I mean?
Reeling it back in, Cups knows his fucking audience, chat. He knows who he's reaching, his target demographic.
But I guess I digress. I will say, I will reveal some of my favorite anime to the world.
Holy shit.
Okay. For real. Free2Podcast exclusive.
I'd say probably Hajime no Ippo is probably my favorite anime of all time. Boxing anime. It's a boxing anime. I'm a huge boxing fan in real life, and it does really good service.
If you watch that, you might like Haikyuu. It's a really good anime.
Here we go. Oh, if you watch that, you gotta watch these 15 anime. No.
Let me see. Let me grab up my list for you.
Here come the suggestions.
I got a wall scroll of everything.
I've been watching and reading Hajime no Ippo for a really long time. I've been reading Berserk a really long time. I watched most of My Hero Academia. I think I'm like a season behind.
Nice.
Or something like that right now.
I just got into Berserk. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's real good though. I like it a lot. I've seen like Samurai Champloo and Cowboy Bebop. I've seen everything that the must watches. I feel like Rurouni Kenshin, all that stuff. But
nice.
Let me think. Oh, Overlord. I really liked Overlord a lot. That's the MMO one. I like that one. I bet there's 15,000 MMO ones at this point.
Probably.
There's so many.
There's a special name for those kind of animes too. I don't know what it is.
Is that Isekai? Yeah. Is that what that is?
Isekai.
Yeah.
Going to a different world.
Another world or whatever. Yeah.
Okay.
So what was I about to watch? I want to watch that Yasuke one with the black samurai.
Yeah.
That on Netflix.
That sounds watch that really good.
Yeah, it comes out like this week. It's a true story too.
Really?
It's based on a true story. Yeah.
I'll take a peek at that.
Wandering black samurai in Japan. I want to watch that one.
You commented on one of my anime posts that was really funny. That was like a long name. It was like the Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai, and you're just like, that's not a title. That's fake.
There's no way that's real,
it's
man.
Real.
So say it again. Say the name of that anime slowly.
Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai.
I was like, that's not the title of a show.
There's an anime that's called "Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon?"
Yeah. Oh my god. There's another one that's called like the time it got reincarnated as a slime.
As a slime.
And I'm just like, why is that such a? It's not a bad anime, but it was so long of a name.
It's just goofy.
They want to be separate from everything.
Yeah.
And they just choose a long name. It's like YouTube thumbnails or titles with long.
We should make up an anime title for this episode.
Oh my gosh.
Monster Hunter does not dream of Cup Senpai. Just
Yeah. No. No.
With the thumbnail, I'm saying no.
No.
Cup's doing like a pog face with like the character from that
No,
show.
I gotta
No,
say,
you gotta put the anime tears on my.
they get Cup good with those pog faces and those emotes of Cups, man. I don't know. I actually
Oh my
admire
god, the toilet one. Cup's debated. That's the best thing.
I
Every
made
time
one.
my dad drops a new Cup, I'm like, oh my god, he did that. Yo, what is going on here?
Yo, new Cups emote.
Oh my goodness.
It's actually a thing, and I look forward to that shit. So good job on that. I'm excited.
Like you guys are, I made a tweet about this a while ago, but I'm like, man, everybody's like community is like so amazing. Like you guys, like, hey, you know, like Zelda Hunter did your like amazing fan art for you, and then like I don't know who did yours, Rangut, I think. Who did your art,
Ramika.
Phil?
Murmika, yeah.
Oh, Ramika, yeah. Like I mean, look at you guys are like super amazing fan art, and I get my face all distorted and me on the toilet, and like this nightmare fuel shit.
For any artists watching, I would like to commission you to draw cups.
Please.
On a toilet. Just on a toilet.
To draw anime cups. Cups
Anime
related.
cups.
Yo, what's going on, Cup? I got you, bro. I know. I'm not throwing you into that box. How unfair. Like, I need anime cups. I need an emote of anime cups.
Yeah, we did get that anime one. It was who's I think you
got one.
well, it was one of Phil's things, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was the
It was like the whole community.
Oh yeah.
I
That
seriously look. I mean, not to hate, that's amazing art. I love it, but I
Yeah.
seriously look up 6 years old in that thing.
Dude, I'm eating a cheeseburger in the middle of like the
And I have black hair in the picture. I don't have black hair.
Oh my gosh. I saw that. I'm just like, Cups is gonna comment on this because it's like it looks so anime. And then sure enough, I get like a message, direct message from you in Discord, just being like, bro, I get nonstop
more-
comments on the Discord about some people saying that I'm in an anime.
People play a fucking Where's Waldo to find me animated and snap me the picture and send it to me.
new profile picture.
That's great.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I'm really glad you guys like that though. That meant
It
that-
was, yeah, it's really, really
That was
cool.
amazing.
yeah.
Cool being included in that stuff too, because you always see like the big, you know, what do they call those? Not montage, but like big, a big group of
Collage?
everybody together. What?
Collage, yeah.
I guess kind of like, you know, like all the
montage. Yeah.
all the speedrunners kind of like, and their hunters all drawn, and you see like big collaboration. And I'm never in any of that shit, which I'm fine with. But like, I don't know, it was nice to be included.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
sure.
you're a close friend of mine.
know.
You've influenced me to do a lot of things. So, like, you've been a big part of my life, man.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we
That's what
all
my wife is
inspire
always-
each other in a
That's what my
way.
wife is always trying to say to me, and like whenever we're talking about mental health, to kind of like bring it back down. She's like, I don't
Yeah.
think you really realize the effect you have on people that are around you. You know, I'm like, I don't know. I just do my shit, and I just assume that nobody watches anything I ever do. Or
Yo,
I don't think anybody likes anything I do.
That's being humble.
Aw.
Caitlin does the same thing with me, bro. Where she
Yeah.
says the same kind of stuff, dude. And I don't know about you, but then I can relate because I'm sitting here putting on my stuff, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I can't gauge any more than what I actually watch just to physically improve like an actual error that happens. To be like, why did this happen? But from a personality level, man, to have a significant other say that to you, dude, like I can relate, man, and it does help a lot. In terms of mental health and confidence, it helps a fucking huge ton.
It
man.
definitely does. 100%. That goes for all you guys, by the way. You guys have been a huge part of my lives and impacted me in many different ways.
Yeah, I think we all inspire each other in some way.
Yeah.
I mean, we all met through Monster Hunter. Excuse me.
That's
losing my
crazy.
voice.
Yeah, going
Yeah.
going back to like the whole like social media thing, like I don't think I would have like really met you guys if it wasn't for like Twitch and Twitter. Like I feel like Twitch and Twitter is like one of the most like personal ways to really like try to get to know someone.
Dude,
When
I think
I-
it's really.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was saying, I think it's really cool that like what I find interesting about Twitch and Twitter relationships and things like that is that I don't really know like anything about you guys. Like I don't know your real names. I don't know like I don't know what you do. I don't know what you do for a living. I don't know anything about your hobbies or anything like that. But I know you guys in a pretty intimate way in just this one sphere of your life, which I think is kind of cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I know stuff that you guys did 2-3 years ago. I know what your general audience is. I know what kind of stuff you guys like. I know what weapon you play. I know in the way that you play it and all that stuff. It's kind of cool. I know you guys in a way that maybe people in your real lives don't know you, which I think is really interesting.
Yeah.
Shit,
Okay.
maybe in like a coworker kind of way. Maybe.
This is actually tying it into. You got to see like how naturally this kind of conversation's going, and to take a quick pause and analyze that is like Cups is actually pointing out little aspects of how he sees what he knows within each slice of our lives. And that in turn will actually help out in general, just building the relationship and just becoming friends in general. Like that's what you do with each other. This is how a coworker-esque relationship at this point, where we're even getting to the point now where Phil's starting a podcast with Fayetalis and Jitsu, and I'm able to fill in here in the side because you guys know me in that aspect and regards, and we got Cups here as the guest, and these are all things that are so easily overlooked that I again, I have to stop and I have to applaud Cups on that, because the dude is like just naturally emanating like how he understands things in general, and he catches it, he's pointing it out, and I need to stop and just point that out to the rest of y'all. Like, he gets it. This ties into the whole idea of what this episode seems to be, and that's your own understanding, where you're at in life, what you're doing, and how you're implementing it to the rest. So again, big points for this, man. And I'm glad to have you here as the guest, even as I'm the co-host. I don't even know what to call me. I'm here.
You're the stand-in.
I enjoy this. And thank you again, Cups. That's great. That was a great thing to point out.
I think like when I first started streaming, I never really made like friends or even acquaintances like in the older communities that I like played games in, like Paragon, for example. Like I had like a few friends, but like my best friend, she like I knew her in real life and she was like streaming Paragon too, but I like never really intended to like network and like make friends on Twitch. That was never really anything that I like set out to do or was never a goal for me. But until I started playing a lot of Monster Hunter, I think I'm not really someone to reach out. Usually, like, I wait for people to come to me, like, to talk to me. I'm not really, like, I don't initiate things.
I'm the same way,
yeah. So, like, when people started, like, to raid me and to initiate, you know, like, multi-streams or just, like, talking about Monster Hunter or just, like, you know, streamer-wise, like, other content creators and stuff, I just felt so refreshing because, like, I kind of missed that like coworker dynamic because I stream full time. And like, this is what I do for, you know, a career or whatever, but I kind of miss that like coworker dynamic because you need that like relationship when you have a full-time job. You need like people that you can relate to and help get you through the day. And like, I didn't really realize that I was really missing that. So when I got involved with you guys and like Monster Hunter people, I just like it, you know, it really changed my perspective on a lot of things. And I think I really grew and, you know, just being like really aware of like how much I really needed like the friendship or, you know, coworker aspect of streaming, you know, just, you know, being on Twitch. And
it's something that I've kind of dealt with a really long time too. When I was like in the professional world and, you know, I was, you know, doing my job and all that stuff, they would go like, hey, after work, we're going to go to a happy hour. And I'm like, I'm not fucking hanging out with you people. Like, like, I know it's bad, but it's just not how I'm like, I'm not hanging out with you guys. I am not hanging out with you guys any more than I absolutely have to. I have a wife. I have my own friends. I have my own family. I am not interested in being friends with you guys at all. You know what I mean? Like, I'm here to do my job and I'm here to go.
He knows.
And
Totally
I know it
fine.
Sounds terrible.
No,
I mean,
it's
it's honest.
fine.
Like,
no, it's fine.
No,
you know what I mean?
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
But the thing is,
That's a good thing.
That mindset has definitely kind of changed, right? Since I've gotten on Twitch. You know, I talk to Sammy all the time. I talk to Dave. I talk to Rainy. I talk to you guys. Like, you know what I mean? I'm DMing you guys in my free time, right? So you guys have, you know, the Monster Hunter community and just kind of general Twitch audience and whoever else has kind of filled that gap of me wanting to reach out to people that I normally would not give a shit about.
Hell yeah.
So,
Why do you think that is? That's actually a really interesting point to touch on, because we experience life on our own level. And I too myself, even with my coworkers and stuff, I'm like, I don't feel like going out. I'll go out sometimes, but this is where it's the easiest, the most comfortable, and it just naturally happens in a way. What's your opinion, guys? I mean, this will go out to everybody. Like, what do you think that is?
Like, I mean, we all have like a mutual interest. We all want like this
that breaks the door down first.
Yeah, like we all have a mutual interest in what we want to do, and like this is something that we all love. It's not like we're put into a job where we don't really like what we're doing. Like, this is more of a thing where we really enjoy it.
Passion.
And to reach out with other people that enjoy doing this too is like so much easier, and you have a mutual interest to talk about.
Yeah, we don't have to be here. We want to be here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
I also think that, like, you know, we're sometimes afraid that, like, people are going to use us or vice versa. Like, people might think that we're trying to use them. But I think we've all kind of pushed past that, like, stage where, like, we just kind of trust in that, and, like, we don't think in that way. At least I don't, because I used to think like that. I used to think that, like, nope, kind of like Cups, like, I don't want to spend any time with, like, any other streamers. They're just going to use me. They don't give a shit about me.
Right.
Like,
I don't want to raid somebody. They're going to take my viewers. Why the fuck would I raid you?
They're going to take all my viewers.
Yeah.
No, but, like, I don't know. I just kind of pushed past that and, like, came out of my shell a bit, started trusting. And, like, I'm glad I did, because, like, I probably wouldn't have even, like, went on the podcast with you guys. I would have been like, hell nah, you guys are just, you don't care about me. You know?
Yeah, right. Yeah. You just trying to get raids from me or whatever. Like, I mean, I still really do. I still kind of struggle with that kind of thing. Like, just, you know, not the ability to put myself out there. You know what I mean? Like, I should make a YouTube video, send it to somebody. Hey, take a look at this video. Tell me what you think about it, what I can improve on, stuff like that. I don't really do that kind of stuff, which is why I've done like 3 things with the community, and it's been like Skoj's podcast, Skoj now again, because he asked me. You know what I mean? Like, Skoj's like, hey, I want you. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Somebody, and then Tuna's also like, hey, you're going to be in a video. And I'm like, okay. You know what I mean? Like, I just put myself out there a little bit. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
You're doing great.
I don't want to seem like desperate or that I'm like leeching off of people or something like that. You know what I mean? You just got to kind of get past that. If it's somebody that's genuinely your friend and you guys like each other's content, just collab.
I was,
you know what I mean?
Worried about that in the beginning. Oh, sorry.
Let's talk. No, actually, that ties into what Skoj's talking about as well. What do you feel then? Because it seems like we have very similar thought processes on that. Like, I don't want to come off as X, Y, and Z and such. As content creators here, what can we do to feel more comfortable to be able to put ourselves out there and have that opportunity to put a thought out there to collab with others without coming off as desperate and things like that? Like, you don't want to do these kind of things, and yet there's still the kind of pseudo thought in the back of your mind that you want to initiate these things. What do you guys think can help that? Like, that's something that a lot of people, I'm sure, have that on their mind.
For me, like, it's the kind of genuine, like, I know it's hard to tell if someone's being genuine or not. Like, I've pushed a lot of, like, friends out of my life just because, you know, reasons. But I think I've just, like, missed the companionship and just general friendship and conversation with people that I have things in common with. So I think, you know, showing that you could genuinely care for a person and be their friend, and that you have things in common and you, like, care about, like, what they're doing and what they're into, that's huge. Like, when people, like, when, I don't know, SkojSkull comes in and it's like, hey, you know, your stream is awesome today, like, you know, just hanging out and then chatting with everybody, that, like, just kind of shows me that, like, he just genuinely cares about being there, and, like, you know, ask me questions about, like, my personal thing, like, personal life or things we've talked about on the podcast, just, like, bringing up things that, like, show that we have things in common and can relate. That's huge. Like, that just, like, forms trust, and then that makes you, like, motivated to multi-stream or DM or just, you know, vent to about stream life.
You know who I think is the absolute best in the community at doing that is January and On. I don't know if you guys know January. Like, that is a dude that he, like, didn't play any Monster Hunter. He just kind of came out of nowhere, but now he's, like, in the community. He, like, streams the game. He, like, knows everybody. Everybody knows him. Everybody genuinely likes him because he comes in, he asks questions. He doesn't talk about history. I didn't even fucking know he streams. Like, he just he just is present. He makes him a part of your community. He shows genuine interest in your content and how you do your thing. And then he, you know what I mean? He just kind of is a friendly guy that isn't trying to make it about himself at all. He just wants to make some friends.
I've been in a call with him recently because like he was going through something and I kind of wanted to, like, help him through it. And
you know what I mean? Like, he just
he's a very genuine guy.
6 months ago he wasn't even around, or, you know, like a year ago or whatever. But now everybody knows him. He's a pretty, like, infectious personality, I feel like, in a good way. And that's a good way of, you know, following that. Don't make it about yourself. Make it about the people that you're there to support.
Yes.
You know,
and
that's a big key point there, honestly, actually.
And, you know, if people are interested in, you know, like how you are as a personality, then they'll take a look at your content as well. I feel like,
100%.
Yeah.
And it wasn't, I never really felt like it was forced or that he was using me or anything like that. You know what I mean? He was just cool dude.
Yeah.
Kudos to January. Good job.
Yeah, January's a great guy.
That's how you do it.
Definitely recommend.
That's a great leap.
Huge shout out because like, he's hilarious. He does his like drinking streams and everything too, and I it's hilarious. How he goes about it.
It wouldn't surprise me if he blows up, honestly, because he does like TikTok reaction stuff, and it isn't like forced or cringy or anything like that. It's like genuinely funny to watch, and he makes mixed drinks. Because he's like a bartender, so he makes like mega demon drinks.
Yeah,
he does bunch of cool shit like that, and he's really loud and like just big bombastic personality.
He's a super hype man. Like he's
nice.
Yeah,
he's cool as hell.
There was I was going back a little back. I was doing the podcast thing, like when I did my own like kind of interview type podcasts, when I would bring people on and kind of talk with them. I was afraid that. I actually interviewed each one of you guys, but
here we are.
Yeah, I was afraid that you guys would think that I'm trying to get something from you. And when I was interviewing each one of you guys, like especially people like Tuna Jinx, TDS Chris, like a lot of these like huge content creators, huge content creators. But it was nice. We had like a genuine conversation before the podcast, after the podcast. It was nice to just have that conversation, and I guess to kind of go off of what you said, Coco, like be involved in their communities, talk with them, get to know them, and then maybe reach out one day and see if they're interested in working on a project with you. And if not, that's fine. Like just like for me, I wasn't sure what to expect. If it was gonna be a no answer, that's totally fine. Like that.
Yeah, like what's the worst gonna happen? They're not gonna fucking kill you or something.
Exactly. No, like, just throw out the question, and then if they say no, you move on.
I'll put you on blast on Twitter for asking a fucking question.
You made it about them. It's a podcast interviewing the person, and it's a way to express this person in a different light, in a different area. It's still about them. So it kind of ties into what January does in general. It's talking about those individuals and making them feel welcome. And in a way, it's genuine. Again, that's the key term here, genuine. We're not trying to say like, oh man, no matter what you do, just talk to everybody about them for a while and then you'll be able. No, that's not how that works. And you can tell.
I think it's got to come back to like what we were talking about, kind of like consistency of presence as well. Because I get a lot of those people that kind of come in, they're like, hey, dude, I love your stream. And then 10 minutes later, they're sending me links about their stuff. Like, hey, if you could shout me out and check out. I'm like, no, dude, you just. Hey, love your stream. Anyway, check out my stream. I mean, they'd show up over a couple weeks, a few times over a couple weeks or whatever.
Get to know me. Having more words than just, hey, what's going on? You're like, oh, hey, man, what's going on? How are you? Silence.
It really takes
and then
time.
that stuff later. Yeah.
It takes time
we notice these things.
A bond with someone. Like,
yeah.
And especially like, like what Faye is saying, like, I think as streamers, we do need to put up like a protective guard of ourselves a little bit because it is really easy to get used. And
it is. It's hard. It's easy. Like, especially if you're just starting out or like if you just.
That's the worst.
Yeah.
That is.
Hey, join the follow. Join my, you follow me, I follow you, and we do affiliate streams. Let's push to like, oh my gosh.
Multi-stream.
That's
don't
get involved with people like that, please. If you ever like, no, please meet genuine
you got to
people.
be especially careful at the beginning because that's when you're the most
vulnerable
and easy to get preyed on.
That's when you're
I feel like
green, you don't know what's going on.
I feel like second most is probably like right where all of us are right now too, because it's like I think it's tricky where all of us are right now because there's like a lot of those like G Fuel affiliate programs where you get 5% cash back or like you know what I mean? Like if the viewer spends $10,000, you make $6. That's pretty sweet, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like you got to be really careful about that stuff too because people want those stamps of approval next to their name. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Razor cups.
No joke.
They want that sponsor.
No joke. On that stuff, it literally is like super important for you to be able to detach yourself from like where you are and almost kind of like be that pseudo ghost looking on yourself and be like, bro, I get it. It's hype, but now give it a second and stop thinking about the fact that it's hype and read it. Actually look at it
Is that
would
like
you actually do this if you didn't associate and you weren't in the point you were at, man? And if
You're
you
like-
said no, come on.
it's like an artificial stamp of success, I feel like.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes, it's the instant gratification version of it. Where if you did that, God forbid too, which this doesn't happen often, this kind of scenario where you accept some kind of sponsorship of some sort in this alley, and then literally right after you do that, you get something that actually was worth and what you were actually looking for. If it's not what you 100% want, say no.
And there's a really big difference between a sponsorship and an affiliate program. So
That as well.
the sponsorships, they just pay you just for doing your fucking thing, like, you know, playing the game or doing whatever. They give you, they're reaching out to you. They need
Right.
you. That's a sponsorship. Affiliate is you need them. You know what I mean? Like where you want that, you know, if I sell 15 chairs, gaming chairs, then I get one for free. Like that's, you're not getting anything out of that, man. You're just plugging their shit in front of 50 people or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So just take your time, do it right, and
That's right.
trust the process, man.
Mhm.
That's right.
Good point.
It's we're in it for the long haul. This isn't a sprint. We're here for the longevity of it, and it's going to take a while to get there. And if you see something that's just like, yo, I could get to end game just by doing this, this, and this, that's it. Chances are some fishy's going on there, man. Read that fine line, baby.
Definitely. Oh man.
We covered some good stuff today. A
was
lot of good
crazy.
comments.
Great conversation.
Yeah.
Did we hit all the talking points that you wanted?
I think so. Unless there was oh boy.
Did you lose me? Check.
I think so.
I do.
Cups.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. No, you're fine.
There I am. Okay.
There you go. But
Well,
well, the one big thing is that we now have a Spotify. If you guys want to check us out, definitely
cool.
recommend it. It's all
I mean,
up
I
in there.
probably knew that.
Huh?
No, nothing.
What'd you
Got
say?
a girl, Faye.
Nothing.
What'd you
Got a
say?
girl.
What'd you say?
I just said that I totally knew that already.
That's fine. I mean, I just set it up today.
I just did it today.
Right.
Yeah. I think.
Link in the description down below to the Spotify, guys.
Definitely check it.
Like, comment, subscribe,
For
baby.
your audio listeners. But unless there's something you want to talk about or cover, Cups, that you have on your mind.
Nah, I'm just at you guys. I'm just here to get questions fired at me. Get my brain picked about whatever.
Yeah.
So as long as get what you need.
Do you guys think you're going to be getting stories too when it comes out?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah?
I'll probably get it for both platforms. Like,
Really?
yeah. It's just nice to be able to play cozy in bed on your Switch. Like, it's
yeah.
just great.
That is huge.
And then to
That is
stream it
huge.
comfortably too. Because like
I got stories today on my phone for
Did you?
$5 or whatever. So
Nice.
Hey, check that out.
yeah, I'll try it out. I mean, it's pretty similar to Pokemon from what I've heard.
Mhm.
And I like the Pokemon games for
Yeah.
whatever reason.
It's fun.
And
It's-
I'll probably get it just on PC though. It makes it easier to stream and all that. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I might get another one.
Dude, Kana's so
Blind
hot.
Mike, I
Oh my
believe.
god.
Dude, total
So
thing.
hot, dude.
Can't wait for the art for
Barely
this
wearing-
character,
Oh,
dude.
Oh my god, guys.
Ah,
Dude, how
it
about
already
that?
started.
How about that Hino and Minoto art every time I'm on Twitter?
baby.
It's
Oh, I love it, man. I love it.
boobs
It's like,
pressed up against each other. Hands like
Everywhere.
they're just seductively looking at their hands,
Everywhere.
It's like red
drool
under
coming out of
here.
their mouth. Yep.
red under
Yep.
here.
Over
And
the
it's-
nose.
all over the place, man. Got those little lines on their face.
Dude, it's so hot.
I'm glad we're seeing eye to eye on this fake.
Oh yeah. I just love it every time I look at it.
I mean,
So-
it's just
Like,
I guess everyone likes Rise a lot more than World. You don't see any art like this for the handler, guys. What's going on?
You know, because people are like, okay, big. It's like you can tell when people come into my stream for the first time too. They're like, okay, big question. Hinoto or Minoa Cups, and I'm like, I don't fucking know.
Which
came
one's
to-
your waifu?
Yeah,
The
you came
pink
to the
one?
wrong place, man. I don't know who those characters are. They just give me quests from time to time.
I don't know
Yeah.
which one is which.
Who's Hinoa?
And that was like the thing, you know, like,
Is that my Palico?
is it just me or does anybody else hate the
We should
handler?
have named it that.
Is it just me or does anybody else hate the handler? I don't care. What? I don't know. She makes food and she gives me quests. I don't care.
What's the big deal?
I
That's got a
don't
big
even
nose.
know.
She's ugly, okay? She's not waifu material.
Oh my
Yeah, oh, yeah.
goodness.
That's what you know it is too, right? People don't like her just because she's ugly.
Rise
shows where
versus
your
World.
priorities
Which
are.
one is better?
Right.
No.
Oh my goodness. Jeez.
Yeah.
Each one of us got we got early access this time around. I think
I
know
filled
that-
out the
well,
wrong
you
application.
filled out, but at least like we made the initiative this time around instead of just like, look, why didn't get it? Why didn't I get it? You know, like at least we tried
We
and
tried.
we pushed through and figured out how to do it. So I'm proud of.
Yeah.
I'm proud of
Bruh,
us.
I had
Got
to
it.
fight Nintendo to get mine. Yo, Nintendo
I got
had
mine
to
a
step
week
in.
early, baby.
Yeah, you got
Blessed.
yours.
Dude, you
I
got
was
yours.
super early.
You got the demo super early. You messaged me. It was really funny the way it happened too, because it was just like
Dude, that's one of my favorite stories. Go ahead.
so like
Let's hear it.
I usually make thumbnails for people sometimes, and I make thumbnails for whenever I can for cups. And
Oh, okay.
yeah, and he reached out and he was just like, "Hey, I was wondering if you can make thumbnails for the
Rise demo?
the Rise demo that's gonna be coming out." And I was like, "Sure, yeah, I'm 100% down." And there was one day where like it was the day before it was about to release. I was like, "All right, I'm gonna break this news to you. I already played the whole demo. I played all 14 weapons, and I need all 14 thumbnails ASAP." And I was just like, so many emotions was going around. I was just like,
It was super funny, man, because I was like playing footsies with them all week, you know. I was like, hey, yeah, you know, if you could just get like the Rise logo, like maybe, you know, like a monster that we might think be in there,
Yeah.
like maybe like Mizutsune might be in there, that might be kind of cool. And he's like, yeah, sure, I'll think about it, you know, like we'll get to it eventually. We got time, and I'm like, we don't have time. He doesn't know that we don't have time.
We don't have time.
Yeah. So then like the day before, he's like, whoa, cool, Mizutsune. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna level with you, Skoy. I need everything today.
Now.
it's really funny because I saw the update on Twitter. I was like, yo, Mewtwo's gonna be in. That's insane. I see a DM from Cups, and I'm just like, all right, I hate to break it to you. And I'm like, oh, well, what's happening? I played all 14 weapons. I need all 14 thumbnails ASAP. If you can get it done today, I would love that. And I was just like, I just got
I'm
home.
at work right now. He sends me like 5 over lunch, and then it was amazing.
Wow.
God bless.
For you.
That's
God
what's up.
bless.
It was oh my goodness, that was really crazy that day. I was exhausted, but it was
Get them
worth
all
it.
done on time?
Yeah,
I
you
got
did.
like half of them out, and then I went to bed, and then I woke up, and I think I got the rest, maybe.
Yeah, you got the rest before. You got everything to me before they all went live. I think just Lance was like the only one that was like late or whatever. Like it was, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The video had already been out before you sent it to me.
Good
So that
shit,
was it.
dude.
Yeah, I'm glad it worked out though.
Mhm.
Nice.
It was a good time. Yeah, this man, it's I don't know. I don't mean to put anybody on blast, but I feel like the early access to this time around for Rise was a damn mess, dude.
Yeah, it was a mess.
Yeah.
It was
Listen,
bad.
yeah, I had to jump on stream after calling Nintendo and telling them to refund. And again, knock on wood, if you read on Nintendo policy, any electronic e-store bought thing is non-refundable. I had
Yeah.
explained for the first time in my Twitch career, it's like, hi, I'm Juan, also known as Mother Coconuts on social media.
Yeah.
This is happening. Capcom's working with me. I have a press copy of the game. I need you to do something you don't do. And the people on the phone were all like, oh my God, what do I do? It's like, push me to your manager if you don't know. And in all politeness and kindness, and it ended up working. I actually got it.
Wow.
Like, I got Nintendo to do the impossible for me while working with Capcom. So again, shout outs to their immense customer support on that end, because I've never, ever have. Who am I to call Nintendo and just a multi-billion-dollar company just be like, hey guys, I need you to do this for me. And like it worked. So that's huge.
Props to them.
So thanks for everyone for doing it. But I felt like it was really a lot of time and a lot of pressure was put on me from that point because of the way that things happened.
There was,
Yeah,
like, huge people that weren't getting
timing was
access
rough.
until after it was like the game was already out, and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Like,
Yeah.
it was,
That's sad.
Not only that, but there was a whole thing where like people didn't even get early access. They've been able to go to the store and get it like 2 or 3 days before like the official release date. That's insane.
Oh, they went to the store to get it?
It was like the
Yeah.
store.
Like, I know Amazon shipped copies really
Amazon,
early.
I knew that. I didn't know about the
there's-
store thing.
I think like
Different
Australia
countries.
or
Yeah.
something like that. I think
Australia
Australia
also got it early.
Yep.
Yeah, whereas like the Australian e-store was having their game up.
Yeah, I'm
was
moving to
getting their
Australia.
game
I'll see you guys
through.
later.
Oh.
And
A
stuff
lot
like
of my
that.
viewers actually said, "Oh man, I should have gotten on the e-store in Australia."
Yeah, I mean, we're not here to like cry about it. Like,
No, it
we're
was just
streamers. We did get it early, but you know what I mean. Like,
no, yeah,
like
it was
like
just interesting.
like an understanding that we were already going to get it early, but we just like didn't get it early enough. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
the game comes out in 2 hours.
We to fit it in our schedule too, man. That's the thing. Like, I didn't get notified until I was at work at 12 p.m. and I wasn't able to get on until 9 because of that. If I knew way ahead of time, I would have absolutely called work and be like, "Listen, guys, X, Y, and Z is happening with my other job. I need to be here for that." Like, there's so much planning that could have been done, but it's I guess it is what it is and how it happens. I respect the process. It's just
I'm sure it's not easy at all. No. Like, and we are by no means big fish at all. You know what I mean? We are nobody. We are nobody to demand anything from Capcom.
Yeah.
But I know that there's there's people with some pretty big viewership numbers out there that were having trouble with getting things on time. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I don't know how that happens. I'm sure it's really tough to maintain 5,000 codes for every random streamer.
Definitely. I mean, not only that, but it's like this is like the first time doing it this method. So it's like that's probably like another reason why it was really weird.
Yeah.
And also understand the parent company that's Nintendo through Capcom being the third party in the situation. And like there's a lot of nuances with that. Like Nintendo was like, "What happened? You can't redeem it." And I was like, I have an e-code redemption from Capcom. They're like, "Yeah, but this version that you pre-ordered is tied into the serial number to your Switch." They taught me a lot about that.
Oh yeah,
because it's usually like a simultaneous release, right? So it could be like 5 a.m. for me, be 6 a.m. for you, could be 12 p.m. or something like that. But it was just midnight for everybody. It's like, well, there's a thing called time zone. So
midnight. Yeah. And it was wild. It was wild.
Yeah.
And then the Nintendo eShop got buckled down so bad by downloads that people weren't able to get their game for like 8 hours or whatever.
That's crazy.
That was really sad to see that too.
It was sad, but it's also kind of crazy that like the Monster Hunter community was able to do that. Like I don't know. For me, I always viewed it as like a niche community, and the fact that we can
throw it up for another once in a lifetime opportunity, boys and girls.
6 million or something like that.
6 million. It has to be 6 million now.
Yeah.
A lot of it being online too, because I think it was like 2 or 3 million physical copies. Correct me if I'm wrong, people in general, or down in the comments, but I think that's what it was, and there would be a lot more online sales.
It would be a lot more physical too if COVID wasn't a thing, I feel like. But people not going out and buying stuff. Yeah. But, and then PC release, see how that does. But I mean, they're looking at potential 10 million game again, which is another banger. That's a huge series.
That's huge.
Have a 20 million and a 10 million back to back. Pretty dang good.
Imagine selling 4 or 5 million copies before your first update, like your first big update, bro.
That's huge. And how much did World get in the first week? Do you guys know?
I feel like it was first couple weeks. I feel like was 7-8 million or something like that. Ended up with Iceborne, I think, to be like 22 million or something like that, which is crazy. That's like it's like Animal Crossing numbers or Mario game numbers or something like that.
Dude, Rise is so much better than World, dude. Don't you guys agree? Rise is so.
Are you trying to trigger me right now? No.
So much better than World.
Oh my god!
I'm only 5 minutes into Rise,
it,
and
man.
it's already so much better than World. I'm only 5 minutes in, guys.
The great infrastructure.
New thing good, old thing bad.
Yeah.
No, dude, I'm playing 4 Ultimate right now. That thing is clunky as hell, and I'm loving it more than the other games right now.
Dude, I was like freaking 5 minutes into the early access stream, and people were already like, "Dude, is this game better than World?
This game is so much better.
Would you say that this game is better than?" I'm like character creator, and I'm like, "This game has a better character creator than World, don't you think, Faye?" Like, dude,
it's funny too because like I do like the weapon breakdowns and speed runs and stuff like that. You think Charge Blade's better? Do you think Charge Blade's better in this game than it isn't? I don't fucking know, dude. I'm using the bone.
I haven't even picked it up.
I'm using the bone Charge Blade right now. I don't know.
Come back to me when
I have attack 2 on my set. Yeah, I don't know. The community's wilding out right now. I want everybody just to relax big time.
Sit down. Calm
you guys think you need to tweet or go to Reddit? Don't do it. You don't.
Yeah.
You don't need to.
I haven't even looked at Reddit, man. I have not even looked at Reddit.
But yeah.
Do another petition for Latreon. Just give me a moment.
Oh, man, everybody's just so complaining now about everything, man.
They're complaining about other content creators. They're complaining about.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like this.
Spread positivity. Hashtag positive vibes.
Oh yeah, such a positive community, right? And
Yeah.
this fucking lazy crapcom, get off your asses and fix this charm. Like, give them a minute, man.
Meanwhile,
Oh
they're
my
like fapping
God.
to Hinoto and
Yeah.
like Hagar, but they're like tweeting at the same time. Let's put the charms.
Yeah.
Multitasking at its
Make
finest.
Yeah.
Make their boobs bigger.
What's really the priority here?
The female armor is not sexy enough in this game.
It's funny, like it's
I
okay.
got-
Let's just say it is what it is. I think we're all adults and we could probably understand what happened here. Is that like it's a global pandemic and shut like the whole world down. They still give us 3 updates for Iceborne during that time. The game was pushed ahead along schedule, released earlier than it needed to be. Fiscal year ends in May. So they need to hit a big sell to please the stockholders during a terrible global pandemic.
Mhm.
Right.
So they need to pump those numbers up a little bit, and then they'll just patch it with free DLC later on. I think we're all adults, so we can understand what happened here.
Yeah.
Okay, so just
Oh
chill.
my God.
Amen.
I would hear somebody literally lay it out. Can someone
Amen.
turn that into its own video and post it on Twitter? That is 100.
Chill.
That's the adult talk right there. This is, guys, you heard it from Cubs. You hear the rest of us saying, yes, bro, if we're this calm and relaxed about this quote unquote situation that isn't even a situation, you guys can be too.
Bro, I think
Yeah.
it's so hilarious. Like whenever I see like, especially for Pokemon, like whenever they release a new game for Pokemon and they're just like, bro, the graphics. I'm like, bro, you literally got into the game with pixels. You're gonna complain
Yeah,
about
true.
graphics.
Yeah, I mean, it does need to change, and things need to
Yeah.
get bigger and better and all that stuff. And I don't know, and it seems like such a silly thing to tell like people, like you're slapping them in the face to tell them, well, just don't buy it.
Yeah.
Bro.
Don't buy the game. No, I have to buy the game. I'm gonna buy it. I have had people talk about how shit Sword and Shield is, the Pokemon game to me,
Yeah.
15 times. Oh no, I have both of them, and I have the amiibos, and like,
Yeah.
well, stop buying it.
Exactly.
Well, how will I know I don't like it? Well, wait a little bit.
Yeah.
Go outside, man. It's okay.
Like,
Go walk.
Okay,
Get some
bruh.
sun. Like good too.
I know, man. I'm not trying to act like I'm better than anybody else, but I just want to grab people and be like, you're a 25-year-old man complaining about video games on the internet. This is who you are. It's what you're doing right now.
Fair enough.
Grab him by the shoulder with a mirror.
Get yourself
like,
together.
Damn, dude.
Take a look at
Look at
yourself.
this man.
Take a look at my. Get it together, dude. You're gonna be okay.
Okay.
COVID's messing with your head, man.
Oh my goodness.
Boy.
Big truth.
That was, I think that about covers what we wanted to talk about.
Oh, is that it?
Good place to stop.
Old man yells at cloud.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. But thank you guys very much for watching. Thank you guys very much for listening. Thank you so much, Cups, for joining us for this podcast. Coco
Thanks.
for covering
It's great.
Jitsu
Thank you,
today.
guys. Always a pleasure.
My pleasure.
It's always great talking to you guys. And we'll see you guys next week. Much love, you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya.
Keep it wiggly.